Oh, good grief. How are you folks doing? Oh, boy. Yeah, Warwick, tired as fuck, had to sleep for nearly 3 hours after work, and you? That's, like I already replied, this is very fucking eerie. I woke up at roughly 10 a.m. Oh, okay. First of all, yesterday I spent most of the day cleaning the flat as much as I could because, on the evening, a mate from Hyperstrange was meant to come to me, borrow me, in order to borrow me his airbrush, and pardon me, provide me with instructions how to use the damn thing, and more importantly, how not to fuck the goddamn tool up. Cause oh boy, yeah, he brought me both. I don't know if it's visible. Both an airbrush, but also his compressor. So that's nice. Also, what else is nice is that with how I wanted to, how I needed to move the light yesterday. I now have this contrast. You know, this is a typical orange-blue contrast you see in stuff like SWAT 4. But I pointed out in my review. Hey, Patolska. Fuck, come on. Sandra, I've had fun ghosting my boss today. Tossa asked me to come in on my vacation. Oh. Wow. What a cunt. Oh, yeah. But I started talking about it. You know, one of the... Right, you won't see much because lighting is now poor, and my good light is there. But yeah, one of the Ogrins I am painting for a client with that brush, and gotta say, this is actually quite fun. What isn't fun are the prices of an airbrush and more importantly the compressor. That isn't fun. Unfortunately, these are the tools I kind of need if I want to make any living with commission painting. I say living because yeah, paying the rent is a no-go with that kind of money. That's fucking annoying. Sentry, I wouldn't even have a problem with it if he asked ahead of time. Asking me one day ahead of time to come in on my scheduled vacation is a major dick move. I absolutely agreed. And you absolutely did the correct thing. Just be prepared for your boss being a tosser afterwards. Speaking of bosses, tossers, etc., I just fucking remembered. Fucking hell. I wanted to fuck around in Barotrauma. Give me a sec. There we go. Yeah. My bad. Patolska. Oh, so pretty. It's barely visible. I appreciate it, but come on. I'm not gonna buy it with that. Hey, Stuff 7. Yeah, the guy is pretty indeed. God damn it. Hey, Stuff 7. Right, back to the game. Inside you hear the cozy sound of some kind of heater sputtering. Right. The hell? Yes! Rocks! Are they crack rocks?
The scruffy-haired little boy kicks a stone. He can't be more than 5 years old. The other one looks indistinguishable from him. He watches his brother kick the stone with his tongue lolling out of his mouth.
Woo! Cracks the sentry. Hey, where is your mum?
The kids don't reply, absorbed in their little game.
You guys look identical.
The stone-kicking one becomes frantic all of a sudden, as if that's something to be scared of. The obvious fact that you just stated.
He looks just like me.
The other one says, yeah, I said that.
The boy doesn't answer. His brother throws another rock. Both of their hair is covered in some kind of dirt. The rock kicker was just being shy, but now he's enthusiastic again.
You're bad with kids.
The lieutenant remarks with evident glee. I am, yes.
Don't worry, everyone is. How about we do some police work now? We're not getting anything here.
Bye, kids. Take care. God damn it. Him. Let's see what's up with these three guys. Oh yeah, I just realized
Good to see you, friend. Do I have deals set up for you, buddy boy?
he spreads his arms as if wanting to embrace you. Rosemary, that's a fucking name. Or rather a nickname still. You know, Patolska, the last time you sent me a video during stream, you know what, never mind. You did remove it though, which was... Oh. Oh no, never mind. Oh. It's Patolska's cat. Oh. Patolska's cat tried to rummage in a paper bag, in a paper shopping bag, and then fucking lost his composure and just tumbled to the side of, whoa, inside that bag. Oh, what a lovely sod. Sorry.
Does he actually know you? Or is he just shopkeep friendly?
What are you talking about?
So what do you want? I got smokes. They're cheap. Very cheap. I got Pilsner. Great deal. You won't get a better deal on that piss. Spirits I can let go for 300 real. I also have speed. And by speed, I mean amphetamine.
Oh! Oh, good grief. Oh, +1 intellect from smells. Yeah, right. Woo! Speed! Of course. A speed bottle. God damn it. +1 motorics, well, that's interesting. Why does the bottle of spirits cost 300 real?
See, friend, it's real valuable. Worth every real, if you catch my drift. Got it from a bit of a business venture.
No one can buy spirits for 300 real. That's crazy.
You know what's crazy, actually?
He grins, then bursts out laughing, then takes 3 gulps of his pilsner and stares at you intently.
He's finding it difficult to focus his watery gaze.
What is?
What?
What do you mean what? What did you think was crazy earlier?
This guy.
He says and shakes his index finger at you. Where did you get the bottle of spirits from?
Oh, this is medicinal spirits. The good stuff. Got it from the doctor's office. I got one of those scientific ampoules a few months ago. Torpedo, they call it. It's supposed to keep a man from taking a drink.
He spits a nasty yellow clot on the ground before you. Oh dear.
Didn't stop me for shit, that's for sure. 5 lemons with half a pack of butter and you're good to go.
What the fuck? That's a good tip. I should remember it.
It really isn't. In a week, the goddamn kidneys started giving me all kinds of help. Finally, the missus took me to a private doctor's office. Not a charity, the real thing. Those arseholes. Those arseholes charged me 4 real to remove the damn thing. But I came out on top after all.
Okay, how?
The idiots left me alone in there. Now, I used to teach high school biology. I know what doctors use to preserve dead thingies.
He gets an excited oh no! Rocket we found the good shit, I see.
Fight 3 cans of this blue medicinal stuff from the back room. Threw the snakes out and voila! What's left is this beautiful blue stuff. 98.7% almost pure alcohol.
Oh my fucking god! Ah!
2 I already sold to these fine gentlemen here. But this last one is yours for 3 real, if you want it.
Oh! We dropped from 300 to 3.
Say it.
Oh no, we about to Halligan Zone. No matter how illegal, corrupt, or immoral! Can I smell it first?
Yeah, be careful. It's extremely flammable. One spark and the entire city of Revachol is wiped off the map.
That's not how it works.
Feels like someone set a mustard field ablaze right inside your nose, then drenched it in tear gas. Your nose is a singular source of pain, but at the same time you don't remember the last time you felt so alive. In all fairness, that might be attributed to the retrograde amnesia.
So, what's the deal, friend? Want the spirits or not?
No, not really.
So what do you want then?
Amphetamine?
Aye, by amphetamine I mean speed.
I thought by speed you meant amphetamine.
Aye, that's what I said.
Right. Got it.
Good, my man. Now what can I offer you?
I'm off.
In the civilized world, it's a custom to tip the shopkeep, friend. But come back anyway.
He waves you off. Tip the shopkeep. Alright. Unzips. Grumbles an unshaven man with a ruddy nose. He narrows his eyes at you as if in recognition, then turns his head away.
The noxious odor emanating from the drunken man is strong and familiar.
Don't you call her? Yeah! Don't call Abigail!
I'll call whoever I want. Don't tell me what to do.
Abigail! Don't call her!
He waves a finger in your general direction.
You're not going to get anything out of this guy. He's too drunk.
Tell me about your friends, point of the orders.
Don't you fucking call her! Hear me! Abigail?
He whimpers in the end. You know what? Oh, why shouldn't I call Abigail?
He snorts and beckons you to lean in closer.
Lean in.
Don't call Abigail. Don't call Abigail.
He then waves his hand as if shooing you away.
Don't call Abigail.
He whimpers softly, his voice trailing off into nothingness. Ah, good grief. Look at the other guy.
Hey, tequila!
Idiot Doom Spiral. That's one hell of a name. A 30-something man clad in a two-piece lycra or lycra, I'm not sure, tracksuit puts down his pilsner and extends his hand in greeting. Which actually reminded me, I just realized the client suggested me painting the tracksuit stripes on those bullgrins. Fucking hell.
Good to see you. How's business? How's the whole reality situation treating you?
Beg your pardon? I suppose I'll shake his hand.
So what's happening?
He picks up his beer. Wait, tequila?
Yeah, Tequila Sunset. How are the, high-concept, reality-based adventures proceeding?
He says it like it's obviously your name. Like you call someone Billy Brunel or leader of the 4th Street Gang.
Not too hard, I'm on a 50-year losing streak.
That's harsh. I'm like 3 or maybe 4 years into mine. Wait, no. Make it 5.
He looks at his shit-stained Lycra TM with a grim expression.
Things aren't going super well for Idiot Doom Spiral either. Haven't found those keys yet, haven't won that great piece of ass back. No word from my business buddies.
He takes a sip from his beer.
Idiot Doom Spiral, huh? This is bound to be a good, high-concept conversation. At last.
What is a tequila sunset? You keep saying it.
It's you. You're Tequila Sunset.
How do you know this?
We've met before. Don't you remember?
No. Hey, Daffy Series.
No, you sure don't.
No.
Aha. Do you want to know how Tequila Sunset came to be?
Go ahead.
Let me take a sip to moisten up my chords.
Dios.
Tequila Sunset rolled into Martinez last Friday. And by Tequila Sunset, I mean you. The man, the myth.
Wait, did we meet on Friday?
Hey, let's not jump ahead of ourselves. This is your story. Stop interrupting.
He takes another sip, then continues.
You got here on Friday to solve a case, hoping to be the early bird who gets the worm. And by the worm, I mean the buzz. Because as far as I know, all you did was get piss drunk. Word on the street is you went around the local hostel telling people that you're a police officer, and that it would be really fucked up if you shot yourself in the head right in front of them. That's pretty high concept, if you ask me.
Okay.
It is.
Go fuck yourself, conceptualization.
The lieutenant's brow is furrowed. He's listening as casually as he can.
Please, continue. Sentry, I mean, it would be fucked up, indeed.
It was a late Saturday night when we, the Union of Moribund Alcoholics, were getting our drink on. Nothing remarkable about this, we get our drink on 24/7. Makes everything warm and glowy. I trust you know the feeling. One moment we hear the sound of a motor carriage revving up somewhere on the plaza, followed by a series of dings and bangs.
Oh no.
Do you remember the sound of wood cracking? The billboard?
Naturally, loud noises pique the interest of anybody owning a pair of ears. That's just the reality we're in.
Naturally.
Anyway, there was a brief silence. A gasp of silence, if you will. Followed by a real commotion. We heard the carriage careening towards the coast at top speed. Sounded like someone jumped the canal. We grabbed our brewskis and rushed to the jetty. Never underestimate the speed of an alcoholic.
3 men are standing on a wooden platform extending out from the shore of a dilapidated fishing village. Their cheeks red, spirits high, beers in hand, eyes glazed over.
What we saw was a sight to behold. A beat-up police carriage containing you. Right there on the beach. You revved the engine and screamed at the top of your lungs.
I'm not gonna lie, I do feel a sense of dread to continue, but okay.
The time hath come! So, naturally, being the curious cat I am, I asked what time hath come. To which you replied, "The time hath come for tequila sunset, the end of all things."
Oh god. What happened next?
Your reality contracted. You jammed the pedal, plowed right off the jetty, and through the ice.
Oh fuck.
We ran towards the ice whilst you crawled your way out, miraculously unhurt, covered in seaweed and shit, like some kind of sea monster.
Oh. Okay.
When we finally got there, you were sitting on the beach crying. You said that your badge and uniform were in the car. It was too late to get in there, though. The carriage had sunk too deep. Recognizing a brother in need, we offered our condolences and invited you to party with us, which you naturally agreed to. We asked about the whole Tequila Sunset thing, and you told us it was your name now and insisted that we all call you that from then on.
My real name is Harry.
No, that's just what your mother called you. Your real name is Tequila Sunset. Just embrace it, brother.
How long did we party for?
Hours. It was an all-night drink-a-thon. Then, at some point, I think it was Sunday morning, you got belligerent and wanted to talk about Revacholian women.
Oh dear.
How they're beautiful and also whores and so on. How one of them fucked you real bad. After a short while, you crossed the event horizon, looked sullen, got up, and left without saying anything.
Wow. That's quite a story.
Yeah, I bet Tequila's a fucking legend around the precinct. You must be proud to work with him.
Sentry. No, that's not Harry. Hire. Oh, come. Oh, shut it. Harry is the short for hire.
If you only knew.
The way Kim said that. Jesus. Did I mention did I tell you anything specific about this person that fucked me?
You were pretty vague about it, but you kept saying you got fucked real hard, and that we've all been fucked too.
No one's fucked me. I do the fucking around here.
Fuck you, Rosemary.
Abigail.
I should have expected that.
It seemed pretty painful, to be honest with you. If I had to guess, I'd say you're still working through some shit.
Did I mention losing anything else?
Beside your gun and your badge? You said something about your hope or heart or something. To be honest, the details are a little hazy.
Yeah, I'm not surprised.
In retrospect, I guess you lost your motor carriage too? That's a big one.
White. Did I say anything about my colleagues?
You told us that they were a bunch of fucking losers whose main interest was cramping your style.
Oh, wow, okay.
No specifics, though. It was more about you that night. You were the star of the show.
I mean, no fucking wonder with that jump. Oh, good lord. Did I say anything about the case?
Yeah, you said it was no biggie and that you'd solve it in no time. And that you didn't need anyone to do it. You're doing it solo now.
A lot of cops go solo and hermit once they reach that level of alcoholism.
Thanks for believing in me, Kim. Darth Pixaries, you got fucked real hard and that we've all been fucked too. Was he talking about anyone specific or about life itself? That's a good fucking question. Although I have a better question. Why do I have a blank event in my event feed for the fucking streaming thing? Like that raid from Mr. Chris for 5 days ago is now the second second latest event, and I'm having an event that just says an hour ago with literally nothing in it. Huh. It's just strange. It's just strange is what I mean. We talk about politics.
Yeah, you said that it was okay that you crashed your carriage because the spectral hand of the market was guiding you.
No! Oh no! Not this nonsense. Ah. I'm not going to explain. Perhaps the Polish viewer would recognize this kind of line. I hope for your own sake that you wouldn't.
This was before you started talking about how the Pinkies were always trying to fuck you.
The fucking what? Did you get a read on what kind of a cop I was?
You kept apologizing for being such a bad cop, and for the damage you've inflicted on everyone around you. You also kept pausing to knock the heel of your hand against your temples, saying, "Stupid, stupid, stupid."
I don't need to hear anymore.
It's a hard thing for a man to confront his past. That's why I avoid mine at all costs.
You seem like you're characterized by your storytelling ability. Wanna tell me another one sometime?
Whoop-de-doo. So now I'm a fucking storyteller. Right. Why not? Better than a beach bum.
Yes. Wanna tell me how you became Idiot Doom Spiral?
It depends, really. Are you willing to help me out?
You might get scammed here.
I have a feeling that this is going to cost me a lot.
No, the reality of the situation requires a rather modest contribution. A little motivational package.
What do you need?
Booze. Did you already forget our party? The thing
Yes.
I relayed to you earlier. So, have you got anything for good old Idiot Doom Spiral? A bottle for a story. Seems fair to me.
I've got some sweet Commodore Red.
Classy.
He snatches the bottle and pushes the cork in through the bottleneck.
Hey, Spiral Boy, you gonna share that?
One of the other bums interjects.
Don't call Abigail.
God damn it.
Shut up, guys. I'm telling a story here. Something happened to you. Something happened to me, too. My actual name is George, but around here, you already know. I was once a reasonably high net worth individual, a founder/junior partner at a high concept creative services agency. When my story begins, I had just landed a major contract with an insurance firm.
Ah, the scum of Earth. Go on.
I used the profits from my agency to finance what I called a cultural incubator. Abstract value generation, value per person, high concept stuff.
The fuck?
I developed the paradigm, worked within the paradigm, but the burden of leadership weighed heavily on me. So I went jogging every so often to keep myself sane.
Wait, how many people did you have working for you?
22 full-time employees, an all-star team, a potentially historical set of individuals. Worrying about them often kept me up well into the morning hours.
Did the jogging help?
It did. With my trusty Sansarique tracksuit, I felt like I could conquer the world. But now dreams are worn thin. Much like my tracksuit.
He says thoughtfully, brushing dust off his shit-stained pants. What happened?
One day I left on my evening run. As you may know, it's impossible to clear your head when you're distracted by the sound of keys jangling in your pockets.
He shakes the bottle and makes a ringing sound.
His eyes are clouded. His dilated blood vessels encircling his irises like stinging brambles. His eyes are your eyes.
So I removed the key ring and put the keys for the front gate and the apartment into different pockets to stop the jangling, you see? At least, That was the plan.
Oh.
I was halfway done with my usual lap when it started to rain. The reality situation became very wet, very quickly.
How wet are we talking about?
Wet, okay? It was raining really hard.
There was a trace of derision in his voice.
I made my way back home and discovered that I didn't have the key to the front gate. I'd mixed it up with the key to the letterbox, which was useless. Naturally, the situation required me to climb over the gate, which I did. There was no climbing down because I slipped and landed on my ass.
Say nothing.
Reality was looking rather grim just then. Me lying on my ass in a mud pit in the middle of a heavy shower. But when life knocked me down, I always got up. So I made my way across the yard. Standing in front of my apartment door, fumbling with my pockets, I realized that I'd also forgotten my apartment key.
You've got to be shitting me.
I wish I were, Tequila. I wish I were. Instead of my apartment key, I'd taken the key to the office.
So what happens? What happened next?
I rang my neighbors' buzzers. It was late, and most of them didn't even answer. Those who did assumed I was trying to sell them something and hung up before I could even explain the situation. People are naturally wary of ad men, you see. One moment someone chats you up, 5 minutes later you've bought a box of edible lingerie and a strap-on. I don't begrudge them, especially since I was known to be one of the best.
Pauses meaningfully. Box of edible. Okay.
Just then, I experienced a moment of clarity. I still had the key to my office. I could wait out the storm there. But when I reached my office, I remembered that I'd asked one of my producers to change the locks that day. And since I hired only the best, he'd already done it, and I couldn't get in.
Where is this going?
Anyway, long story short, life spiraled out of control. I haven't gotten into my apartment for years, and my girlfriend left me because she didn't want to date a homeless man. The company, well, you see where I'm going with this. So, now you've heard my tragic tale. What do you think? Like nothing you've ever heard, huh?
He takes a long swig of his drink. I've only been a hobo cop for a few days now, but it doesn't seem so bad.
The hobo lifestyle definitely has some perks. Not having to pay rent, first and foremost. Not being responsible for 20 other people is nice too. But that charm wears off pretty quickly. Before you know it, you're wearing a shit-stained tracksuit and spending your days picking tear.
Why do you keep losing all your stuff?
Good fucking question, Tequila. If I knew the answer, you think I'd be hanging out on a beach in this formerly premium but now extremely dirty two-piece Lycra tracksuit? I used to own my reality situation. My business buddies and I had our own creative services agency. I had a nice apartment, an even nicer piece of ass, but somehow it all got away from me. Now I can't hang on to anything. Just last week I stole this nice new jacket, but then I lost it too. The only things I haven't lost are these two drunks.
Well then.
A lost jacket. Sounds like a mystery you could look into.
What was the name of your agency?
My agency, man. The Boom Boom Room. Our concept was combining high art with the lowest forms of marketing. The color red, breasts, and oil painting.
Okay.
I convinced my partners to reinvest some of our profits in an even more high-concept cultural incubator called Thin Air. The artists were happy, the clients were happy. I was financing a group of poets in East Revachol who were developing a new universal poetic language. But then it all went to shit.
He looks towards the bay.
Sounds intriguing. What say you, Art Cop? If it sounds like it makes no sense, that's because it doesn't.
Mixing oil painting and breasts to make ads isn't high art. It's just cynical wankery.
Well, you know, sex sells. That's the first rule of advertising.
Yeah, actually, you're right. Let the market sort it out. No need for me to regulate this stuff.
That's what's so cool about advertising. It's kind of like art, except you can also get fucking rich doing it.
Was this about the lost jacket?
Tequila, it's a verifiable tragedy. It was practically brand new. Sure, it didn't really go with my Lycra threads, but it did itch a lot less. Say, you're a detective, right? Maybe you can help old Doom Spiral out. Solve the case of the missing jacket. What do you say, Tequila?
Wait. You're asking a police officer to help find a jacket you stole and then lost.
Yeah, exactly. You're here to serve, right?
Okay, sure. Where'd you lose it?
If I knew where I lost it, don't you think I'd have it? I mean, maybe I was up by the boardwalk, or walking along the beach, or checking out the abandoned fish market.
That's a lot of places.
Somewhere north of here, that's for sure. Could ask around, see if anyone's seen it.
Alright. Let me ask you something else.
I'm all ears, Tequila.
You know what? Be seeing you.
Too, Tequila Sunset.
Oh?
As you turn, a bright light catches your eye, making you squint.
Cool.
So cool.
Where's it coming from?
From a distant sunset, a stage light, flash photography, nowhere in particular. It's just what superstar law officers do. They squint at lights, and they solve shit.
Actually, now that I hear superstar and law official in the sentence, they sound weird together.
What are you, deaf? They're perfect, like rockstar politician and drug addict teacher. Embrace the superstardom you've worked so hard to establish.
You've got the wrong impression. I'm no superstar. I'm trash.
Yeah, a cool, trash superstar. Big dick cop down on his luck. Salam Rocky by here. Badass on the edge disco cop. Time to recede into a ludicrous fantasy world. Here we go. Camera. Lights.
Action!
With a sudden flash, the world freezes around you, and you along with it. In an iconic monochrome solution, a black silhouette against a rasterized orange world. It's on.
Oh, some kind of super... Right. Minus Tutu logic, obviously. First, let's make this absolutely clear. No one is saying you're an actual superstar in the groupies and cocaine, riddled with hepatitis C, strikes a lion-esque pose with a mic kind of way. You're not Guillaume Le Million or David Dewis. No, you're a metaphorical superstar. You bring that rock and roll authenticity and passion to a line of work where people don't expect or want to see it. Where some would say it doesn't belong. Law enforcement. God damn it. Okay, I have a lot of available thoughts. I just don't know what to go for. I have up to 6 more slots for the rest of the game, it would seem. I do also have 4 skill points. I'm curious what are the benefits of the precarious world, because that all red checks fail is oh dear, that's a steep price. Let's try it though. Let's see how much I'm going to fucking regret it. Probably a lot, come to think of it, but that's a bit besides the point. Also, I'm trying to figure out where to put the... So the Skaven model line is getting purged. Wait, what's Rockethead? What are you talking about? Doing pretty fine in the intellect skills. Alright, SP the core was also on that character in what was the name in Whirling in Rags. Right, a Spiral's jacket, backyard wall, right. Camilla home. A heroic perception check. Fucking hell. Sleeping dock worker who is no longer sleeping. Measure. Yeah, the godly authority check. I have no fucking idea how to go to you know how to fucking deal with this shit. Watered door. Oh yeah, that's play zones. Map wall. Oh yeah, that's for stealing it. Rockethead. Games Workshop is removing like 20 items. Holy shit. Cargo container door, the rhetoric one. Yeah. Okay, that's right. SP the core. Yeah, I am like 80% sure who the fuck that man in the sunglasses actually is. You know what? I'll leave it for later, actually. Oh, also, I'm going to get I'm going to get the bag. Because, hey, bottles. Are you calling it Abigail? No, I'm not calling Abigail, damn it. Every once in a while, God will hear your prayers and you roll two sixes. I mean, the first fucking stream was apparently very characteristic by just the amount of sixes I rolled. So there was that. But yeah, the Purge of Skaven, did not expect that. A little black swallow circles above you. You hear its chirrup. Oh? Oh no, okay, I was mistaken. I thought for a moment that there was an item potentially to pick up. How the hell? Oh? The water runs from the west. The source is upstream. A broken pipe. Ooh. Ook ook. Rustitan letters read Mazut. The rear tire of a motor carriage adorns these reeds.
Winter, slow to let go of Revachol. Flecks some more wet snow from above.
Look around you.
The snow falls lazily, making the beach sand paler still, mixing with the rust-colored sewage runoff. And to think, it seemed as though it were already spring.
How does it feel?
The melting snow seeps through your thin clothes. Grandmothers don't let their grandchildren out dressed so lightly in this weather. At least your hair is protected from getting wet and sticking together. You look around.
What's in the west?
More winding coastlines lined with abandoned buildings. Crumbling piers, salt water lapping at their dark piles. Grey and red forgotten city blocks. What remains of the pre-revolutionary effort to gentrify the coast.
And beyond that?
The waters turn black. Coal City in the shadow of San Martin. A boom town. Back when coal extracted from countless shafts near the city was needed to power Revachol. No more. The coal was supplanted by petroleum from the ocean floor and hydropower from the Esperance. Everything crumbled. These days, only the weakest remain in Coal City. Their hopes of getting rich linger in the defunct shafts under their feet.
What is there?
Below the old mines, L'Océan Municipal, Revachol's underground cemetery. Le Petit Rat braved the underground passageways, trying to get to Le Royaume,
Le Royaume.
where the Philippian kings were interred, with their doctors and their admirals. Mausoleums, burial chambers, leaf gold still remains on the double door of the morning.
Le Petit Rat.
Children under 14, they go underground looking for artifacts to sell to foreign museums and for fabled relics. Their parents let them. They go deeper.
Deeper.
After rubies, melchiorite, lapis lazuli, plundered from Safle and Seol during the time of the suzerain. In the burial chambers of the kings, Grand old Philip, Guillaume II, and even in the mausoleum of Philip the Opulent.
Sentry, I'm gonna go make some toast. Don't kill God without me. I'm not sure Harry is in the state to kill, to be capable of killing God, but alright.
2 kilometers underground, in a winding shaft along whose walls mirrors have been placed, so that daylight may eternally fall upon the richest of all the kings. The mausoleum contains untold quantities of gold, and that special, purest of the pure magenta cocaine, favored by Revacholian royalty. How can it be pure if it's magenta?
Yeah, how can it be pure if it's magenta? Exactly.
Snow falls, and there is no answer. Some things are not for mortals to know.
Tifa! Tifa! I mean deeper.
After rubies, melchiorite, lapis lazuli,
Oh, right.
2 kilometers underground, the mausoleum. How can it be pure if it's magenta?
Wipe the snow from your shoulder.
Few Petit Rat return from the shafts. Even fewer find what they're looking for. A small child steps out of the black tunnel with silver trinkets in her pockets. All around her, white snow on the extinguished coke furnaces and on the weather-worn shacks where fathers beat their sons after drinking. The snow melts on your fingers, turning to water.
What's in the east?
The canal you crossed to get here and beyond it. Martinez proper, the district the police forgot to police. There is laughter, lights, attempts at entrepreneurial activity, cynicism. Someone is scraping snow off their windshield at the roundabout, in the midst of which a statue of Philip III serves as a destination for grade school field trips and a fine perch for winter birds.
That's all?
Like all monuments, it's also a warning. 6-story ruins on the south side of the roundabout cast a long shadow over the profligate king.
And further.
A fenced-off yard. There's a truck belonging to a logistics company parked next to the gate. Bright light from a building behind the fence reflects off its hood. Clean white light coming from the windows of a clean cube-shaped office building hidden amidst ruins. A secret.
Huh. Interesting. Dark Pixis, how can you kill something that is already dead? Sentry, you cannot kill something that never lived. All he did was forget his creation. Jesus fucking Christ. What's in the north?
The abandoned church, one of 2 remaining stave churches, which were collectively called Les Sept Sœurs. The other 6 sisters were destroyed during the revolution.
And for the north?
A serpentine strip of land weaving its way into the Martinez Inlet. Unfortunates on the run from the law, from themselves, sometimes hide out on nearby islets. Little dots in the ocean that are occasionally submerged when the tide is high and the weather foul.
And on the islets?
The remains of a camp on a jagged piece of rock, a tent, old dishes and cutlery, long since abandoned. A hermit crab scuttles among the debris, looking for a new shell. Further out, the lights burn bright on Resurrection. Way beyond Martinez, a popular spa destination for ample-bodied Ozon kids with equally ample pockets.
And on the other side of the inlet?
Then there's Ozon, but the snow falls too thick. You cannot see that far.
Before that, before the curtains are drawn.
The Bay of Revachol. Vastness, great depth. Over 1,200 meters at its deepest. Water, air brinier than here. It is crisscrossed by huge cargo ships bearing company logos. Wild pines, Zam, Morien, and at the farthest reaches of the Bay of Revachol, the shadow of the coalition warship Archer, on perpetual patrol duty, ready to unleash artillery fire if you were to rise up against the market. You shudder.
What's in the south?
The raised motorway, 881, separating Martinez from Jamrock. Vehicles whoosh past one another day and night, while those who reside in the labyrinthine alleyways beneath the motorway attempt to carry on with their lives in the snow and the slush. And south of the 881 is the Pox. Was once a park, a place for reflection and recuperation for the patients of the old military hospital. In the 20s, it was used as a quarantine center during a measles outbreak that killed many children. Most everyone has avoided the hospital and surrounding park ever since. The Pox is completely wild now. Evergreen thickets covered in snow and industrial dust. Feral dogs and even wolves roaming in packs. The police try to keep the deepest corners cordoned off. Heavy drug users do slip through and hole up in the old military hospital, hoping to find something to get high on among the hastily abandoned supplies, or just to overdose in peace.
But the south?
A line of motor garages with armored carapaces hunched in the cold. A mechanic is hard at work, patching up bullet holes in the side of a Capri 40. These are the garages of Precinct 41. Snow settles on the roof of the repurposed silk mill. It serves as your station. Shivering RCM personnel hurry in and out of the main entrance. Around you, the snow continues to fall. To the west, the ocean swells.
No, it was home. I want more.
The stairs descend to central Jamrock. A man named Cooklove has a snow-covered stall there, in the market across the bridge. He sells kebab infested with fly larvae to your colleagues who believe eating it will make them immune to food poisoning.
Oh, Christ.
Snow falls on the utility district, the library, the florist, the Sarah Mauritian restaurant that offers homemade wine, and also on the brothels and drug dens, and the chop shops of the Zemlyaki. All of this built around a lake that formed in a meteorite strike. At the center of this lake, there is a little ship. There are lights at the bottom of its hull. They are lights directed toward the seafloor, looking for something, like whiskers.
For what?
A chill comes over you, crawling down your back. The sand under your feet is wet. Somewhere in the south, tarpaulin flap in the wind.
A mystery. What's above?
More Coalition aerostatics. Occasionally, lights flash as they maneuver through the falling snow. One large airship carries crates in its belly.
Below me.
Layer upon layer of sand, poisoned with industrial runoff. The storm drainage, hidden bunkers. Rats scuttle.
Tell me a secret of the sands, Win.
Someone stuffed a big old polar anorak into a concrete pipe under the boardwalk. It would keep you warm. You would probably never happen across it. But who knows?
Up your feet for warmth, brushing of the snow to finish.
We should keep moving. Who knows when the snow will let up.
Oh, holy shit, Harry just spent 50 minutes, you know, just thinking to himself. Ooh, money! Well, I'm still 12 away from being able to pay for the for another damn night at Whirling. Ooh. Build electrical, eh? Bars cover these long, dusty windows. Necessity-driven architectural design at its finest. Why, the father with his little shithead, I presume. Another power box. It charges nothing now. It's empty. Don't worry, Mikhail. You'll learn all about it. Alright. The fence blocks the path. No way on from here. Oh! I think we found Lena's husband. Ah, okay. Nosafed in some fucking vents. Holy shit, that's a veritable fucking treasure. 50 years ago, this place was the heart of innovation.
And Mikhail noticed the windows, especially with how there are no windows on the south side. This was to deal with.
A blond man stands next to his son, pointing to the weather-worn ruins. He sees you approaching and smiles.
You officers, come to investigate the historic subtext of West Martinez? I'm Tran Heilostam. You must be Kim Kitsuragi, right? I was just telling my son about this building. Not a lot of people realize the historic significance here. Very rich in hypertext.
Beg your pardon?
Nice to meet you.
The lieutenant nods, saying it in a tone that suggests that it's not really. Wait, what was that about the windows before?
Oh yes, so Mikhail. They had to deal with monitor glare, especially in the summer. They still had vector monitors back then. That was 49 years ago. So they didn't have windows on the south wall.
Okay, that actually does make some kind of sense. You know, for some fucking reason, this guy reminds me of my old man. Especially when I was younger. My old man is a man of vast intelligence and even vast encyclopedic knowledge in many fields, but with massive emphasis on history and especially if it revolves around guns, of course, but, you know, still. I do remember when I was a little shit and my father was to accompany me to... Oh god, I don't remember what the hell it was exactly. Let's say therapy groups. I don't exactly remember what was the deal with that. I was like 9. I still remember talking to him about historical battles, about history, about the functions, the mechanical functions of certain things that I, for example, had seen in games. You know, and he would confront me with how things actually work, or you know, I heard something about certain battles or read about, you know, on the Discovery Channel back when Discovery Channel was still actually having some good history-related program. Actually, History Channel had multiple sub-channels, and one of the one of them was more history-based than others, if I recall correctly. We're talking early 2000s, and I often would bring I would often talk about those things with my father, and he would tell me, you know, he would share pieces of knowledge with me. Vector monitors, me want. Beg your pardon? Hold on, hypertext?
Yes, hypertext. Young Carp and the collection of cultural hyperlinks.
Oh, I see. I think I get what he's trying to say here, but I don't think I would actually be able to formulate the fucking coherent thought about it today. But I think I get it. You and Kim know each other?
No, I can't say that we've met before, but I've heard of Kim, of course. Mikhail, say hi to the officers.
He rests his hand on the boy's shoulder. The child stays hidden behind the hem of his father's coat, clutching to his worm-themed coloring book. Aw, adorable.
Mikhail's a little tired today. We spent all night trying to run Orbis on his radio computer. Have you heard of it? It's a programming language used in Grad. Quite tricky, but he wanted to play this Grad-made adventure program. We've been getting really into Worms lately.
Oh?
The man speaks in the artificial cadence of a professor, or someone who's been on too many radio shows.
But I assume you're not here for giant worms when there are so many real things to see. Just as I was telling Mikhail before, this is where the Coalition landed in 08. We could be standing on what is the most interesting landmark in Revachol West.
He points to the building again.
Well, get a load of this guy. He really enjoys his trivia. The Orbis programming language was named after its inventor, Victor Orbis, a cybernetician from Grad. They run Vox in the Occidental countries.
What's so fascinating about an empty old building?
Aha! But it's not just any empty old building.
He raises his hand to his eyes, springtime sun warming his handsome face. All four of you turn to admire the mural before you.
What not a lot of people know is this used to be the R&D department of Felt Electrical. And Felt, which now sells ink cartridges mostly, was once a top dog in the turn-of-the-century cybernetics boom.
Look at the building looming over you. Daft Pixary's Occidental Karma.
It looks old and weathered, with seagulls picking apart its stone and metal carcass. Bushy undergrowth has taken hold of the collapsed rooftop. Some kind of bird has set up a nest on a broken windowsill.
I don't think I've ever heard of this Feld Electrical.
That's not surprising. Only a vestigial ink cartridge and ferrotape manufacturer remains.
He adjusts his suit jacket.
They started out as a midway electronics outfit in Königstein 2 centuries ago. After an aggressive move to Revachol, Feld became a global player in the emerging personal electronics market of the pre-revolutionary era. Still, Tricentennial was beating them in business machines. But Feld had an ace up their sleeve, or should I say they were developing an ace up their sleeve. I'm mixing my metaphors here.
What was that ace?
It was here in Martinez, possibly in this very building, that they developed prototypes for a tape computer.
A tape computer.
An elegant folding mechanism of rollers and ferrotape ribbons, portable enough to be a take-it-home solution. Revolutionizing business machines, possibly even bring them to the average consumer, which is a feat of engineering even today's giants, Rehm, ICN and ZAM, haven't achieved yet.
He grins, admiring the sentence he just produced.
He assumes something like a combat stance, facing the wind.
What happened?
Indeed. What?
The revolution!
The boy wipes his nose on his sleeve.
Unfortunately, their moonshot project never made it to the market. Feld's move to Revachol backfired. The revolutionary government liquefied their assets and expropriated those very advanced prototypes. Possibly from this very building, or one of the adjacent ruins.
He pauses, pointing to the other building, then continues.
All of this was built by Feld, even the boardwalk. Wild Pines built Martinez proper as a resort for their middle management. Feld built this side of town for R&D.
You're saying that Feld Electrical built this boardwalk?
Yes, they even built a pleasure wheel, but that got destroyed in the war.
A pleasure wheel?
The lieutenant looks wistfully at the horizon, as if picturing gondolas rising to the sky.
Yes, to lure in their star engineers. This part of Martinez was nothing but reeds before Feld arrived. They had to make the prospect of living here attractive. It was supposed to become a global center for innovation in cybernetics. But history had other plans.
Topic Swiss. A tape computer sounds like it could have been a this universe equivalent of a laptop. Incorrect. It's more incorrect, as in you're thinking too far ahead. I don't know if you are vaguely aware how the first computers or calculating machines actually look. The first computers were sure tape based. No, not tape based. Not yet. Oh god, I am mixing shit up in here. What the hell is wrong with me? What I'm trying to say is it seems more akin to coming from the computers this roughly the size of few wardrobes stitched together to you know, to your first IBMs in. Oh god. I wanna say when was the fucking first personal computer? '70s apparently. So I would be off by 10 years because my initial estimate would be alongside like the half of 60s. Some real life parallel eludes me in this story. Home PC, no, yeah. Apple One type beat or Amiga, IBM 5150. Yeah. I mean, I'm just gonna say yeah because, like I said, like I've been whinging for the past few months extensively. Which, by the way, apologies for the aforementioned. If you don't use it, you lose it, and good grief, I had lost so much fucking knowledge. Embarrassing. Also very sad. Besides the point. Also, hi Fane. I don't believe you've spoken up earlier. If you did, I am a tosser and oh dear. What happened to the engineers, the company people?
Oh, I'm afraid it didn't end well for the boys. But this story is a bit too dark for little Mikhail here. Now, if you were to ask about tape computers...
Wait, is he saying that we should just bypass the excesses of the revolution?
He means they all died at the hands of the communists.
Officer, I told you this chapter of history wasn't on Mikhail's curriculum yet. Let's keep this kid friendly.
The boy looks first at you, then back at his father, confused.
Fuck you, you little shit, have nightmares! What did the revolutionaries do with those advanced tape computers? Probably smash them? Because... You know what, I should shut up. I have my feelings about these. The revolutionaries, and I'm not the revolutionary type, I'm not just saying strictly communism. Jeez, you just went and said it to the kid. Yes? And the father should be thankful I didn't embellish it with at least half a dozen swear words as well.
They used them for military communications, but also to write and send out press releases. The most notorious example being Le Décret de Mars.
What was that? Although from the name alone, it sounds like the declaration of war. Because Mars, yeah.
What's the Mars Decree? I mean the radio transmission sent out to news agencies and world governments by the newly created Commune of Revachol on the 7th of March in the year 02.
Never mind, I completely fucked it up. Once again, I do not know French.
A short-lived legislative foundation for a short-lived utopia.
Utopia is one for everyone. These kinds of governments are usually utopias just to us.
It's a beautiful piece of text, actually. A singer-songwriter I know, Charette, called it a love poem to Revachol on her political concept album, Bombessier d'Insolente. You should read it. Every local library in Revachol stocks a copy of the decree. I tried to get Mikhail to memorize it.
Why?
Someone was much too interested in Worms to be paying any attention.
Hey, you fucking yourself said he's just a little kid. So, make up your goddamn mind. To be fucking fair, and I'm saying this from experience, if Mikhail were genuinely interested, he would probably memorize it himself. I would. But that's me. I was into this kind of stuff. I mean, casual reminder, I did read fucking Mein Kampf when I was 9. And very quickly came to a conclusion it's a bunch of fucking rubbish. Holy shit. But it also gives a bit of a fucking context as to how shit the 20s and how 20s were just fucking shite for Germany and its people if they fucking ate that shit up like candies. Fucking hell, man. I mean, how else?
The kid takes a peek at the green and silver worm on the cover of the book, already forgetting about this part of the discussion.
Classic. How did those tape computers work? Did they work like radio computers?
Actually, no one knows. No one even knows what a computer made entirely of tape would look like. But word has it, they were very elegant, exquisite, alien-looking turn-of-the-century hardware.
Raises his finger, remembering something.
Buckle up.
10 years ago, I did a little freelancing, I guess you could say. I was a special consultant for an exhibition at the Wompty Dumpty Dum Center in Vredefort, Oranje. It raised the same questions, and we had lengthy discussions with Paul Ockerman, who was head curator at the time. This was before the twins Keith and Guy Juice joined the team, trying to...
Wait, did he just say Wompty Dumpty Dum Center? What the hell is a Wompty Dumpty Dum Center? And who the hell are Keith and Guy Juiced?
Okay. The Wompty Dumpty Dum Center? Paul Ockerman? Keith and Guy just... What are you talking about?
The Wompty Dumpty Dum Center for Contemporary Arts. The exhibition itself drew on Lagerman's notion of memory, and so there were some parallels. That's why the head curator, Paul Ockerman, chose to...
Come on, there is no place called the Wompty Dumpty Dum Center of Arts.
Actually, I think there is. No, it's too much. He's joking.
Fine, entirely off tape extra there the...
In fact, I'm not. The Wompty Dumpty Dum Center is a place you can visit if you're ever in Vredefort and are ever in the market for an exhibition space / contemporary art research center.
But I like how Kim tried to fucking prank me there at the start and broke his own composure. That's... Aw, Kim is an adorable man, so to speak. I like him.
But perhaps I should return to the tape computers. As I was saying, the device itself was very elegant, fragile even. One could write directly on the tape using a special chemical solution. The machine would then analyze the handwriting, perform operations, and project output onto a white screen. It was a beautiful, delicate thing.
No. I'm just going to say no. Yeah, analyzing handwriting is the moment where the moment where the suspension of disbelief kind of dies for me. No offense. But yeah,
Made of black film and folding tape structures.
Cool.
Very, very cool. Though I understand the socio-economic causes of the revolution, it pains me to imagine the revolutionary setting fire to this precious device. but so they did. The felt playback experiment vanished into the fires of '07.
Wait, the failed playback experiment.
Yes, the official name of the prototype. Some sources report it as the Felt Playback Experience, but those are incorrect.
Why did the revolutionaries destroy it?
Who knows? Maybe it was an accident, or maybe they didn't want the technology to end up in the wrong hands. Either way, they're all gone now. All 3 versions of the prototype. Nothing but debris and ashes remain inside that building.
He takes a step back. The boardwalk creaks mournfully in the wind.
2 seagulls circle in the sky. You look up and think, really? Or was there a 4th prototype that remains hidden in the mausoleums below Cold City?
Beg your pardon? I wanted to ask something else.
But of course, what else?
He smiles and ruffles his kid's head. Actually, great. Thank you for all the interesting information.
No, thanks to you for having me and little Mikhail here to pick your brain. A very interesting conversation indeed.
Pick your brain? If anything, this was rather one-sided. He did the talking. Whatever.
Oh, come on, Rhetoric. Don't be a bitch.
You see, a once bright mural towering above you. The signage has peeled off over the years, but you can still make out Feld Electrical R&D.
Bane. Oh, for fuck's sake, I just wanted to say in before there's another prototype. Where?
A slogan used to intertwine with the loops a long time ago. Now, only a shadow of peeled letters remains. It says, tomorrow is just a whisper away.
Tomorrow is just a whisper away.
Looks like tomorrow never came.
The lieutenant raises the collar of his bomber jacket. Oh, that was fucking depressing. That little exchange was so fucking depressing. Oh, crikey. Money. I remember the northern edges of the area I was living in when I was growing up. It had multiple ruins that few kids dared visiting, despite, you know, our curiosity. Mostly because one of them was the ruin of a house, and that particular ruin happened to have at least one room literally fucking covered with used hypodermic needles. Yeah. But I like places like these, the ruins. Sometime during the first year of the Warsaw University of Technology, when I was still in a relationship with my now ex, I do remember we actually mounted a trip to Zofiówka, that being a massive ruin of a ruin of a mental asylum dating back to I think at least the 20s, but I'm not sure. Of course, in the 40s it stopped working, or should I say the Germans kinda invalidated its existence by gassing the tenants there. But yeah. And it's been for fucking ages, you know, just sitting in complete disrepair. But yeah, we've walked around those. I also know that Obscurus thinks Actually, I also know that Obscure Sphinx made a fucking music video in those ruins. The music video for the Lunar Caustic. No boat in the boathouse today. This section of the coast hasn't been used in decades. Although my dates about Safivka might be completely off as well. Just keep in mind. Ooh. Magnesium. Ooh. Oversized superstar sunglasses. Alright. The boathouse is shoddily constructed. A strong breeze might blow it over. Ooh. Hello. Ooh. Money. It's noon and we nearly have the money needed to pay off guard. Ancient paint is peeling off the roof of this shaded bench, covered in rust. Oh?
A scattering of bullet holes is spread across the cracked wall, reaching from one corner to the other.
Why this many bullet holes? Are we really asking this question, Harry?
A row of ghostly shades stand facing the wall. There are many of them, a dozen at least, their heads lowered and eyes blindfolded. It's quiet. No sound. No movement. 10 meters away, other shades are lined up in an orderly manner. Automatic rifles primed. A gust of wind blows by. The coats of the firing squad flap slowly in the breeze. A single person stands on the side. Snowflakes fall on the wooden planks and the surrounding sand dunes, covering the land with the white of innocence. A long time has passed since the moment of this fusillading. Rain and brine have since washed all the blood away. Not a trace remains.
What is this?
The abundance of bullet holes leads to two options. Either an inordinate amount of executions were performed here, or they did not use a conscience round, where only one soldier has the loaded rifle. Looks like this was a mass execution with everyone fully armed.
Look at the people against the wall.
A host of men, probably in everyday clothes, ragged from the conflict and covered in dust. They were not sitting, a common practice for executions in some nations, as demonstrated by the height level of the bullet holes. They stand, facing the wall. It's impossible to discern any details about their personality or background.
Look at the line of soldiers.
7 men in combat uniforms and dark coats, holding automatic rifles aimed at the people. Soldiers from some side, but from which one?
Look at the person standing on the side.
The commandant, the one who gives the order. Machine gun fire crackling through the air, the lights of the muzzle flashes dancing on his face.
Him. Who was who in this execution?
I don't know. I don't know who died here, lined up beside that horrible wall. It could have been any of the parties involved in the revolution. Perhaps the ones executed here were the loyalist conservatives, killed by the communists at the start of the Civil War. Or it could have been the communists, put to death during the last stretch of the conflict by the coalition forces.
Remember what Trent Heidelstein said about Veld?
What if it was the failed personnel when their asses were being seized by the revolutionaries?
Another likely scenario.
The lieutenant nods.
Or maybe...
You mentioned coalition forces. Could it have been them against the wall?
Yeah. It's very unlikely the coalition forces were the ones who died here. They were always the last ones against the wall. To be honest, if a coalition member was anyone in this situation, It was the commandant, the superior, giving the orders.
A cold sea wind blows away the figures.
The music is fucking great in this for this sequence. It's chilling. Minimal, it's chilling. It's great. The game's got fucking great audio, actually. Although, all the good I can and have to say about the voice acting, the music, I have to also sadly say that the voiceovers sometimes are very, very fucking uneven. They're not normalized. Although I don't know how that is audible on your end. Probably okay for you, but here, in my fucking place here, yeah, I'm hearing the differences. The sign says enter into the... Oh, how the fuck you pronounce that? Apologies. I don't fucking remember the English word, but basically no entry, I suppose. I'm seeing a carriage. An old ticket taker booth, no longer in operation. Ooh, tear! Ooh, more money! I mean, tear! I mean, actually, no, I already said whatever. Fucking hell. Right. Ooh, money! God damn it. We're bitches for your riches. Right. The door is not only barred shut, it is inaccessible. Oh? The what? The fuck is that? I mean, I figure it's a small wire framing inside this futuristic looking foam pipe. Oh, it's a hat. Gives it the aerodynamic shape of a swoop skier's helmet, but none of its protective qualities. Covers the wearer's ears and eyebrows to bring down the drag coefficient. It does bring the perception, but +2 to logic. I mean, I believe I had pretty good scores in logic, didn't I? 5. Well, arguably maybe not as good as I initially thought. Right. Word. Man, this is the kind of a fucking dilapidated building I would absolutely love to traverse in. Tiny cages carefully constructed. These soggy logs smell of ignition fluid. Still, they won't light up. Oh, Dragon's Teeth. These heavy military blockades are riddled with bullet holes, crumbling. Ah. Yeah, right. Riddled with bullet holes? Maybe. Crumbling? Absolutely not. The buoy bobs in the water. The number on it says 11. Oh? It's almost impossible to get a fire going this near to the ocean. Don't you ever wish Heimdall was a real place? Oh, Christ. What is this?
Here we go. Nice and easy. No way out, little guys. Not out of this jam.
There's a cylinder on the ground in which the man is arranging some netting. It looks like some kind of trap. He notices you.
Who's there? Oh, the police. Hello, officers.
The enthusiasm.
His self-conscious enthusiasm renders his movements ungainly. He looks like your understanding of a scientist.
Is that the police? Why are the police here?
Oh, the... Gary the crypto-fascist! Are you shitting me? Oh, for God's sake.
Don't worry, Gary. I'll handle it.
You must be Morov, the cryptozoologist.
To what do I owe the pleasure?
That's sarcasm. He takes no pleasure from your appearance.
You don't seem too happy to see the RCM.
Oh no, it's all right. I'm just busy. What's this about?
Fair enough. Lena sent me. She's been really worried about you and is waiting for you to get back.
Hey, of course. Thank you for passing along the message. That damn water lock is broken, and we can't go all the way around the 881.
Yeah, that was me. I broke the water lock with my motor carriage. But it's fixed now, you can go back.
You broke the water lock with a motor carriage? But there was a billboard in the canal. Not a vehicle. It said Samaran Butter.
No, see, I jumped over the canal in my motor carriage, tearing through the Samaran Butter sign, which fell into the canal, blocking the gates. I used the pawn shop as a launch ramp.
Why?
He spreads his arms in disbelief. Because I'm insane.
Insane? Yes, okay, good. But you said the water lock is fixed now. So we can go back.
Did he say we can go back now?
Yes, Gary. We can go soon. If you see Lena, tell her I won't be long.
Sir, your wife is waiting for you.
I just have to do one more round. See if the Phasmid has taken the bait. Then we go in.
He refastens a bit of netting that has come loose in the wind. Tell me about this Phasmid you're looking for.
Well, first of all, it's damn difficult to find, which is why we've been knee-deep in the reeds laying traps for it.
What makes it so difficult to find?
Good question. Being a Phasmid of the order Phantasmodea, a ghost insect, it disguises itself as plant matter. In this case, the reeds. Awful lot of reeds around, aren't there? And I suspect it may have also developed other specialised techniques to protect itself from predators, or scientists, in our present case.
I have a question. Because, say, my understanding and skills regarding recognition of dialects, etc., you know, almost completely escaped me, but, does he fucking sound Australian? That is just my question. Because I feel like this entire character is a spoof of certain Aussie. But maybe I'm fucking incorrect. And I'm just making even more of a fool of myself. What sorts of specialist techniques is the Phasmid using to hide itself?
It's my hypothesis that it has evolved certain electrochemical defenses that allow it to interfere with animal perception, impeding pattern recognition, confusing the visual cortex. But I cannot describe how these defenses work, much less how they evolve, without studying a live specimen.
How big is this Phasmid?
I'm expecting it to be quite giant. One known species of Phasmid, called the Megaphasmodea zoensis, is about the size of a grown man's forearm. So,
He leaves the conclusion up to you. What have you discovered about it so far?
very little, I'm sorry to say. No one's ever captured a specimen, so all our information is based on first and third-hand accounts.
So, no one's ever found one?
Not yet. That's what makes it a cryptid.
Just out of curiosity, if there's no proof of its existence, how do you know it's real?
I know it's real.
The cryptozoologist says brusquely enough that even he seems taken aback by it.
It's clear that his obsession with the phasmid is driven by something more than the pure pursuit of scientific advancement.
By which I mean, I've heard enough first-hand accounts to believe quite firmly that the Insulindian phasmid is more than mere superstition.
What makes you think the phasmid is here in Martinez?
There was a credible sighting here recently. A pair of teenagers described a creature that matched the Insulindian phasmid to an uncanny degree, despite not knowing what it was themselves. It's the first credible sighting in several decades. Admittedly, it's an unusual location for this species, but with all the sewage runoff upstream, it probably doesn't matter much anymore.
Maybe the Insulindian phasmid has died out?
I have to resist the thought. Such an extraordinary creature is doubtlessly highly resilient. After all, it's generally thought to be capable of parthenogenesis.
Oh god, I do remember It's one of those rare occasions where I do know the word, but now I'm blanking up with the... Okay.
It means asexual reproduction.
Oh.
The females of the species don't need to mate to produce viable eggs. This makes it easier for a species with a small population to survive.
That's pretty clever.
Yes, the Insulindian phasmid is a very clever insect. That's why it's so damn difficult to catch. But as a scientist, I'll try my best to remain dispassionate.
Right. Tell me more about these traps.
Well, they may not look impressive, but Lena designed them quite cleverly, so I'm sure they'll do the trick.
Lena designed the traps.
Yes.
He says with some pride. How do the traps work?
Simple. Attracted by the locusts, the phasmid crawls down the funnel and, having eaten its fill, can't get back out. At least, that's the intention. The net isn't a perfect solution, but we didn't want to use anything that might damage the specimen's delicate exoskeleton.
Let me ask you about something else.
Yes. What?
Well, Lena seems pretty eager for you to return.
And I'm eager to return to her, I assure you. But I can't leave before we finish with these traps. My wife understands that just as well as anyone.
He looks south, where Lena would be.
Come on, Morale. We've been soaking out here for days. It's time to go back.
They even fucking gave they even gave Gary an absurdly whiny voice. Holy shit!
And leave the traps? Absolutely not. I won't let Lena down.
Come on, she wants us back. I'm soaked up to my nuts over here. We'll both catch reed crabs if we don't dry out soon.
Come on, you're doing this for yourself, not her.
I'm doing this for science, and so is she.
Did you know the phasmid was so important to Lena?
Of course it's important to her. She's seen it. A verified sighting, on record. One of only 4 this century, and it's hers.
Oh.
She's seen it?
Really? She sighted the phasmid?
Yes. That's how we first came to know one another, in fact. But that's her story to tell, not mine. Suffice to say, it's long been our dream to find proof of the Insulindian phasmid together. I can't abandon course now.
Another cough into his fist this time. Maybe you could go back to the whirling, warm up, come back to check the traps later?
No. The traps need to be monitored on a regular schedule. What would we do if the Phasmid were to starve while we were sipping tea at the hostel?
You would have a specimen for fucking for fucking dissection at least. That's more than nothing. A veritable fucking proof of it actually existing.
He's dead set on this. I could go for some trap setting.
What if we check the traps for you?
I didn't expect you to take such an interest in our work here, officer.
Chaos is my method. I am its scion.
Well, be that as it may, I'd really appreciate the help.
What do I do if there's a Phasmid in one of the traps?
Bring it to me at once. Just make sure the trap is closed tight.
He's not comfortable with the possibility that you'll claim the find, but he's lying about this even to himself.
What if I encountered the Phasmid in the wild?
That's highly unlikely, officer. But in the event you do, I'll spray you with a pheromone mixture I developed. It's made of musk and research chemicals. The pheromone should attract the insect to you, or at least prevent it from bolting at the sight of you. It's quite potent. Will last you about a week.
I don't want this, thank you very much.
Your choice. As I said, the chances of you encountering the Phasmid are next to zero.
Don't mess around. Take the pheromone. It'll make you sexier.
Wait. No bad electrochemistry. What are these traps?
There are 4 in total. One is to the south, on this little peninsula, by the boathouses there. It's very near.
Get sprayed.
Another we set in Land's End, to the northeast. It's behind a small sand dune there, on your way to the old radio tower, after the church.
Wait, I wasn't paying attention, my bad. Land's End to the northeast. Right.
The third is set near the canal, where you crossed, by a concrete slab. A big thicket of reeds going up the slope, and among them...
He gestures to the trap in front of him.
You should check at least one of those before returning to this one, since I just said it. This one's more of a technicality, but still, better safe and stupid than sorry.
That seems like a lot. Do we really have time for this extracurricular venture?
Pursuit of knowledge is its own justification.
Is it?
He doesn't look too convinced, but the small shrug indicates why not. I'm ready, let's get to it.
Right. Which means you two can pack up and go back to the whirling.
Finally, someone's talking sense.
Thank you for your help. Gary and I will start breaking down camp. If you have any more questions, now's the time to ask. We'll be gone once you get to it.
If it's more cryptid-related business you want to discuss, you'll have time for that later too. What about his eager-to-leave friend Gary there? Talk to him too, perhaps.
You know what? Sure. Sentry gets sprayed, laid on thick. No. No.
Hello, I'm Gary. Very generous of you to help us out, officer.
You know, I might be autistic, but even I can fucking recognize how not genuine that thing he was.
Yellow man. I mean, officer.
Wow. Yikes.
The lieutenant raises his eyebrows slightly and takes out his notebook.
Warwick, what the fuck? Yes.
It was not cake. It was cringe, father.
Fascist and racist, yes. The two usually do go hand in hand.
I'm just waiting for my friend Morel to finish up with his insect traps so we can return to civilization.
Not a lover of the great outdoors.
I like nature, just not this bloody coast. It's mostly drunks and degenerates that come here.
Sentry and sexist. Did he say anything sex related, or are you fucking spoiling right now? And yes, that was a rhetorical and a warning.
Degenerates, this man respects authority too much. To see the truth inscribed upon thine own visage. Pretend thou art a paragon of virtue.
Nobody's perfect. I'm sure you've been tempted to drink.
Oh, I've been tempted. But someone has to stay strong for Revachol.
His gaze shifts to the pile of soggy logs at his feet.
He pronounces Revachol with a hard K, unlike other people.
Oh, okay. They actually fucking made that. Okay. At first, I thought it was a the director fucking mistake, so to speak. Sentry, no, but I am saying fascism, racist, sexism, and all the rest are true and fair point. You said Revachol?
I like to pronounce it the hard way. The old way. The Vespertine way.
He nods solemnly.
It's a secret rite. A very fringe nationalist handshake, probably.
Do you know anything about the man hanged behind the whirling in rags?
Oh, so that's what the RCM in Martinez is about. Great. Great to hear someone's finally taking care of that.
Nice one, Ulrich.
So you do know something about it?
No. Nothing. He was some kind of mercenary. But everyone here knows that. I'm just glad to hear you're looking into it. That's all.
He's not feeling very comfy in his clothes, is he? Strange. He didn't kill him or anything, but there's something going on here.
Are you a cryptozoologist too?
No. I help Morel with research sometimes, and I've learned some things along the way. But I don't usually go in for picnics like this on my own.
There probably is a follow-up to this, but you can't think of any. Doesn't matter. Waste of time anyway. Gotta keep moving.
You were surprised to see my colleague, Lieutenant Kitsuragi?
Not many Sealites here, or anywhere, other than Sail. I meant no offense, truly.
The lieutenant is a native of Revachol.
Oh, yes. Of course he is. I was just speaking about his connections. Let's change the subject, okay?
No. No. Do you have a problem with Seolites?
No problem at all.
He flashes an impenetrable smile at the lieutenant, saying that in a fucking voice that... Why so many fucking fascists think that they're so fucking smart? Genuine question. Why do they think they're smart? And they're acting like this with smug confidence in their non-existent intellect. What the fuck? If only you had your gun, you could shoot him. Yes. Thank you for your cooperation. That said, speaking of cooperation... Actually, no, that makes no sense. What I am trying to say, and failed to segue into that, I need to take a piss. I'll be right back. Being in the toilet, as you often do, I have experienced an epiphany. That epiphany being that spending a bullet on this fascist fuck would be a waste of resources. There's plenty of fucking water and eyes around. Yeah. We could beat him unconscious, and then close him in the patrol, you know, in a Harry's ex-vehicle, so to speak. Give me a second. I spent half the fucking day yesterday cleaning, and it's nowhere near being clean. Fuck my life. What the fuck was with it? What the hell just happened with that audio? Oh? Right. On the outside, ruins. But what are ruins, Mik? Oh, for fuck's... Oh?
The remaining windows rattle from a strong gust of wind. They're covered in a thick layer of grime. They must have been like this for 40 years.
Try to see inside?
Dripping water falls from a high place. All you can see is the shadow of a collapsing staircase. There's rust and corrosion on the bars. They're foaming with it. And a small layer of white salt from the sea.
Lieutenant, can you make out what's inside? And at the windows?
No. I won't even try. You know...
He takes his glasses off.
I had a partner once. They called him Eyes, because he had to show me things. It's that bad.
Oh. And you still should, though?
Well enough, actually. It's odd how that works. I'm no sharpshooter, but I passed my shooting courses 7 out of 10.
Not bad, actually.
His hands lead the way when it comes to that. And his shoulders. It's reflex.
Yeah. Makes sense. With enough coordination, you don't even really have to go down the sides. There's no vaguely where they are. But that requires a lot of training. Which is something I can't actually speak about. You know, I might be a good shooter, but I sure as hell am not a trainee, so to speak, if that makes sense. So I must have worked hard to smash the plastic dome. Oh?
A metal payphone under a yellow plastic dome. You could use it to call someone, unless you're out of change.
Actually, let's pick up the handset.
You hear the tone. The machine is inoperable.
I just heard the most jovial, loud laugh I've heard in ages from one of the neighboring flats. I'm not sure what the hell was that about. Oh. You know, let's first clock to that 20 that guard would charge me. You know, just in case. Oh. A dead phone. A smashed receiver. Like someone hung up too hard. Wait. Wait. Oh, oh, come on. Okay, it's colored in a way that I thought that you can actually pick the damn thing up. A kick drum pulse. The music is coming from somewhere on the ice. Sign reads Soundburn 1147. Dusty pews in the shadows. Many seem to be missing. Ooh, money. An altar shrouded in dark. Or something like that. It's too dark to tell. Ooh. Full of holes. Could the posts hide treasure? Let's look inside. Is that because we are a hobo? Is that why it's available to us? Before you, a drawbridge. It can only be lowered from the other side. Oh, alright. That's a bit of a bummer. Come on, Harry. Alcohol, potent Pilsner, which doesn't help me at all, but, you know. Oh my god! Oh my god. You know what? I've got the money. Oh, right, I will need... Oh. You know what? First, let's, so to speak. It's only 10 septims, so... I think that's how the 100th of a real was called, a septim. Not sure, don't quote me on that, though.
You pick up the handset. There's a tone. The machine is operable.
Put 10 cents in and dial a random number. 00524031155.
Calling. Still calling. End of tone. Someone picks up.
Pierre? Is that you, Pierre?
The voice is female and sounds about 100 years old.
So you're not Pierre. That seems like a better idea. You don't know why.
No, this is not Pierre.
Do you have any news about Pierre?
Yes, Pierre is dead.
What a pity. I'm afraid I won't be coming to the funeral. There. Chrysanthemum.
Her voice is drowned in white noise. Sounds like waves washing a beach, growing in volume until the call suddenly disconnects.
I am tempted, but you know what? Let's just go for now. You know when the game said that the fucking voice sounds 100 years old, I was like, what the fuck? Have we just called another ghost? But no, then I realized, oh no, it's not talking about it's talking about how old the person on the other side seems to be. It's fair enough.
Someone has left an unidentifiable article of clothing on this railing. It smells really bad.
Take a closer look.
It's streaked with dried seagull shit and tangled with pieces of seaweed. A dangling arm suggests that there might be a jacket beneath the crust of filth. It seems likely that it was left in the surf until someone laid it out on this fence to dry out. Unfortunately, that just seems to have stiffened it into a shapeless mass.
I mean, if it was surfing and this is supposed to be ocean we're at, and yeah, you know, salt water will fucking do this to things.
Please tell me you're not taking that with you.
I think this is the jacket the idiot Doom Spiral guy wanted me to find.
I'm sure he'll be thrilled to have it returned.
I mean, hey, he asked us to help him. Oh, right. Wait, do we actually... No, of course it's not. It would be strange if we were fucking capable of actually, you know... You know... What? Oh, wait, no. Oh, there... Oh, okay, I just didn't fuck... Oh, using the right button in the... Okay. Filthy jacket, more like, it's filthy Frank, motherfucker. I don't know why I'm saying the word filthy, and the first thing that comes to me is the end jingle of some of Filthy Frank videos. I don't know why.
As you hold it in your hands, it makes an uncomfortable crunching sound.
Man, how did this jacket get so disgusting?
It's a sordid, filthy tale, not for the weak. Are you sure you can stomach it?
Bitch, I have 5 pieces of magnesium.
Some secrets are better left uncovered. Don't even try. Seriously.
Think about it. Do it, bitch.
It occurs to you that you're not even holding the jacket itself, but rather the thick crust of jetsam and seagull shit that ensconces it. It smells like a dead sea creature, tangled in grey strands of seaweed. It must have spent quite some time in the water before the tide deposited it ashore.
Okay, but what's the crust made of?
Somehow, it was carried or dragged to the boardwalk. If not by human hands, then perhaps the feral dogs that prowl the beaches at night. The faint impressions of many footprints are also present, though it's impossible to tell what kind or how many. Suffice to say, the jacket spent some time on the ground before someone draped it over the railing.
What happened once someone put it on the railing?
The crust is hard. This jacket spent at least a day baking in the sun. Who knows what happened to it then? Somewhere, high above the city, a pair of seagulls trace loops through the air.
Jesus.
There's of the aerostatic brigades, gliding above a target-rich environment.
Hey, Sadrex. Also Sadrex?
Fuck you!
Cunt. I had a rough day, but if I were any better myself, I actually wanted to ask earlier today if you need some company or play something, but yeah. Airbrush time, and once I was done with the airbrush, I went to sleep for 3 fucking hours. Oh, hi, Ossex. Mate, Arculus has a gacha Easter egg. I beg your pardon. Elaborate.
All of a sudden, the Bombay doors open, and their white glittering payload rushes to the ground. Splat! An explosion of white on a man's shoe. A curse goes up, but the birds do not hear.
Why did I just spend all this time thinking about seagull shit?
It's too late. You've already thought about it, and now your hands are covered in muck.
Maybe if I wipe my hands on my pants?
What? No. Then it'll just be on your pants. This is a disaster. You'll never get the smell out.
Fuck you too. How are you both doing? I know that Sarah's had a fairly rough day, and I apologize I couldn't bring myself to, you know, even just ask if you want to play something just to fucking accompany you. But yeah, it's a disaster. Me to myself every day over the things I had 100% control over. Yes, I absolutely know. Wompty Dumpty Dump Center. It's Wednesday evening and something heinously exciting is underway. People have gathered beneath the billowing roof of an oddly shaped trophy building, sipping wine and exchanging opinions. 29-year-old Wonder twins Guy and Keith Just are the stars of the show with their bomber jackets and white sneakers, head curators of this art exhibition. It's the Wompty-Domty-Domiest event of the year, and all the cool kids have RSVP'd. I do know this abbreviation. I do not remember what it stands for actually though. Where are you if you are not there? Fuck if I know. Okay, still 2 hours 36 minutes for the precarious world. Makes me a little anxious, but you know, it's maybe good that we have a lot of fairly safe conversations. Ossex returned to work after short holidays. Worked sometime after hours. Forced myself to exercise. Again. I suffer. Oh, quit whinging. I mean, okay, you can whinge, but, you know, as long as it's just whinging. Don't give up. I seriously say it. Don't be like me. For those short, like, 2 months that I've been regularly visiting the goddamn gym. Way too short, if you ask me, by the way. Yeah. Yeah, that shit did wonders to my mental state then. Well, technically that alongside a lot of other factors, but I think that was one of the bigger changes. Check shit posting later. Right. But back to our success message, but I have potato salad as a means of sustenance. Potatoes! Right. Oh, right. You know what, I'm actually gonna fucking check it. Ah! Okay, I understood. Although Sarex, I think... Saras, you know... Okay, to be fucking fair, only Ark is a non-Polish speaker, but I think you should at least attempt to translate that, because it's actually a good... it's a fairly good reference. You know, like, if you wouldn't fucking know where that line is coming from, you would absolutely not realize. But I just missed that fucking entire thing. God damn it, me. Hey, you asked. I am just venting. Hey. I'm not complaining that you're venting. I'm just trying to encourage you not to stop something that is genuinely a good idea. That tarp will keep out neither rain, nor snow, nor wind. Oh, postcard, Courant 33rd. The fuck are those? Megabino's prescription lenses. +2 encyclopedia, -1 perception. Good grief. We're prepping for weekend, says Sarax. Warszawskie targi fantastyki. Yeah, I just fucking read your reply regarding potential biotrauma. I completely didn't think of it. Man, I would absolutely love to visit, but yeah. Vagrants have recently painted the tarp red. Water drips from it. But to finish, I would absolutely love to fucking visit you folks, but I've been literally paying out of the rent money for the past 2 or 3 days at least, which is infuriating because I had to buy a lot of stuff. One example. And I quote, retarder medium. Which I was gleefully calling the upośledzacz yesterday when Peter was, you know, explaining to me how to utilize an airbrush. What are you hobo cop doing anyway? Did you find your gun yet? No, but I did find my badge. Although I'm pretty sure you were present there. But yeah, just fucking around the West Martinez, I suppose. A big wine canister. It's open and empty. Oh. Okay, I'm not seeing any. Right.
The smell. It's awful and familiar.
Hold on, that is awful. Cover your nose.
It doesn't help. You can still smell it.
Isn't it just the rotting fish?
Don't be naive.
What is it then?
Don't you recognize it? That hideous pungency. That faintly cloying sweetness. Only death smells like that.
Oh.
Something cold wakes in the pit of your stomach. Fear. It is death. It must be.
Heads up, Lieutenant. Something's not right here.
The lieutenant has already brought a handkerchief to his nose.
Careful there. These floorboards look rotten and weak.
lies on the boardwalk. His limbs bent and neck turned at an unnatural angle. Right next to him is an empty bottle of spirits. In his cramped hand, a chewing gum wrapper.
Fucking hell, those eyes. Sadrox, not worth it. Too many underage girls and too long queues. I mean, I've been there the last year, so that's that. I know how it looks. Ooh. Give me a sec, I just realized something. I'm writing it on my arm because, as I've been telling for years to my parents, who disapproved of the idea, I am writing shit on my limbs to not forget it because I won't fucking lose an arm. Not in your usual ordinary way, you know, as if you would be to lose a slip of paper or forget where the fucking notes were, or you get it. That's quitter's talk. Fuck you. It worked for years.
The smell is not as bad as a 2-week-old corpse, but it's definitely heading there.
Hold on.
The lieutenant squats next to the corpse and examines his face. Two bulging eyes stare back at him, void of any signs of life.
Lividity is faintly pronounced. Whoever this is has been dead for 2 days. No longer. We need to investigate.
Calm now. Carefully. Just another day. Just another dead body. Breathe.
Wow. Nice composure. Just another day, just another death cunt. Oh, yeah. Just yeah, every fucking day. Schwalbert, what the fuck? Sadrox, I'm going to Games Workshop on Monday. Wish me luck to grab that free mini of the month. Yeah, I've heard that apparently it's the fucking one of the new Deathwing nights. So yeah, good luck with that. Save a man's clothes.
He's wearing mud-caked boots, beige trousers, and an old brown leather jacket with a bright blue lining. There are traces of kebab sauce on his chest. The leather jacket suits him well. It must be custom made.
Search his pockets.
You find some sunflower seeds and a rain-soaked library card folded into 2. His jacket feels sodden and heavy under your hand.
Good. We should take a look at that library card after this is done.
God damn it. Save a man himself.
The man has fallen through a crack in the boardwalk and hit his head against the metal bench. Coagulated blood covers his black hair. One of his feet is still dangling through the hole.
Oh, I just noticed. Alright.
A bad fall. It might have been dark outside. This place is a minefield in the dark.
Examine his face. God, I hope the game isn't gonna pull out the fucking expression and have me a close-up on the dead cunt's face. I mean, this is something I would do if I were making this game, but please no. Kebab, says Orsax.
His expression is dull, like the sea behind him. Drops of water shining on his moustache. His eyes, empty and wide, look frightening in their frozen gaze. Height, 170 to 175 centimeters. Curly hair, stout build. Age approximately 50 to 60 years.
Study the surroundings.
There's some dried blood on the metal bench, right where the corpse's head rests. The floorboards are rotten and slippery wet around the hole. An empty bottle lies nearby. A chewing gum wrapper is clutched in his fist.
Examine the man's head.
A dried chunk of blood covers the hair at the back of his head. An open wound. It's sticky and cold to your touch. This is what killed him.
I don't see any other major wounds, do you?
It's hard to say.
Seems like the head wound was fatal. It's exactly the shape of the bench.
Step on the floorboards.
They screech under your feet ominously. It's hard to say whether the dead man's weight was the cause of the boardwalk to break. It definitely looks fragile. You see waves churning below. Something cracks beneath your feet. He could have easily disappeared into the sea through that hole, and you would have never found him.
Examine the bottle.
A .75 liter Tallulah vodka with its cap missing. There's hardly anything left inside.
Aww.
Tear all around us.
He looks at 2 other bottles near the coin-operated viewer, then at your yellow plastic bag.
I'd prefer if you didn't collect them this time. It's not proper.
God damn it, Kim. Fucking spoil sport. Oh, also, Osax, you missed us meeting Gary. Yeah. God, I hope I get to beat him up. That's like a 7th character we're meeting that is genuinely beat on sight from me. Fucking hell. But we also met a nice middle-aged man teaching historical trivia to his son. That was nice. Like, seriously nice. It evoked a bit of a wholesome feeling from my past. Examine the chewing gum paper.
Rubowski spearmint chewing gum. Green leaves on the cover. The man's mouth is half agape from the terror of the fall.
Osax, see? That's why we have police brutality. You know, Osax, speaking of fascists and police brutality, I live in Warsaw. Just a casual reminder. And to be a little more opaque, so to speak, about what I'm trying to say, I wish to see more of police brutality each fucking year, then. You know it, what even I'm talking about, Osax. And not coincidentally, I have a fucking saw in my hand. Because I'm immediately going for edged weapons, apparently. Okay, saw is not really an edged weapon. It doesn't really have an edge. That's the point of it. Fuck you. Look in.
The blackness of death. Stench. You think you see white chewing gum too. Confirmed. Nearly the whole pack is there. Solidified on his lower rear teeth.
He ate the whole pack, right? It's to cover the smell of alcohol before going home. The worst thing is, I've seen it before. Almost the same scenario. Even the chewing gum. It's always the same.
Beg your pardon? What are you implying, Kim? I mean, I understand what he's, you know, the covering the smell thing. I've actually known people doing that not for alcohol, but more for cigarettes, and that was mostly in the fucking junior high school, where stupid kids would fucking follow that. It's just the breath that smells of the fucking ciggies. No, it's the entire fucking... It's the entire fucking bodies that would smell of goddamn bootleg cigarettes, and I would have to fucking smell them in the goddamn class, trying to... Fuck, I hated Trotska. But junior high by the street of Trotska, yes. Anyway, step back.
The entire boardwalk creaks in the wind as you take a step back.
Who is this man?
Looks like one of the locals. He'd have to know this spot to come here. You don't just walk over here.
He looks south the way you came.
But that's just a lazy assumption. What do you think?
I think labeling him as an alcoholic is a bit premature. No, actually, what the fuck am I... Looks just like an old drunkard to me.
And he was married.
The left hand points at the ring on the man's left hand, the flesh around it swollen and grey. I mean, true, because when the blood stops circulating, it goes with the gravity.
But let's try to not run ahead. For now, all we know is that he's an unidentified middle-aged man found dead on the Martinez boardwalk.
What do you think happened here?
Death by misadventure. He slipped and fell through the boardwalk. A truly unfortunate accident. If it wouldn't have been for that bench, he'd be alive.
Dadrex. So after Disco Elysium, I do recommend trying out Arculus. It's a lot of great work done. I've heard so, and Patoska actually proposed me to try it some weeks ago when I couldn't fucking figure out what to play. I have it at the back of my mind, but there's a lot of fucking things on my mind. As a matter of fact, some weeks ago I reinstalled Gothic 2 around the same time that she proposed Arculus, but I didn't really get far, and I haven't fucking booted it up in quite a long while. My mental health is a complete shit show, but that's besides the point. Do you think he was drunk? Point at the bottle.
Oh, yes.
The lieutenant nods. What about alcohol poisoning and liver failure?
Some symptoms of acute alcohol poisoning could have definitely played a role here. Severe confusion, respiratory depression, unpredictable behavior. But I think that death arrived through head trauma, not liver failure.
What about the kebab?
What about it? The deceased ate some kebab. It's probably from a nearby place, maybe in the parks.
Sometimes a kebab is just a kebab.
Someone should be held responsible for this broken boardwalk. It's dangerous.
They'll seal this place off after the news reaches the coalition officials. I doubt that they have enough resources to actually repair the boardwalk. Not that sealing it off would keep anyone away. All it does is keep the city council's hands clean.
He smiles sourly. To be fair, he's right, and let's face it. If you see a place that is fucking clearly signposted as a dangerous, you shouldn't be there. Cough cough. Living blocks in fucking Bucharest, Romania, where I've literally seen that entire fucking block that had clearly experienced being fucking set ablaze on fire. Like literally the goddamn front wall was just almost completely fucking charred, and there were visible fucking signs. Don't enter. The building is condemned. People still fucking lived there. Because, yeah. Tarax, anyway, as I'm done with adding price tags to all the stuff, time for me to play. Oh dear.
It does seem to be a pretty straightforward misadventure, although there's still a question of identifying the body.
What should we do with him?
From where I stand, I can see two options. We either take the case and follow the leads to identify the body on our own, or we report back to the station and leave this for our colleagues to handle.
Hold on, what about field autopsy?
A field autopsy isn't necessary if the cause of death doesn't appear to be criminal, and this looks like a simple accident to me.
Fair enough.
I'd say we should just write down head trauma in the autopsy report and leave it at that. It would save us at least 2 hours of unnecessary work.
You're right. No, I don't see anything criminal here. Let's leave it at that.
Good call. The guys at processing can take care of the rest.
I still need some time to decide how I want to solve this case.
No need to rush.
I mean, yeah, the other dead cunt we handled, spent a goddamn week on a tree.
There's some tear, an empty cigarette package, and a crumpled kebab wrapper in the trash bin.
Examine the tear. 2
empty bottles of Tallulah vodka and a can of black potent porter is all you find. No, there's more in there. Livis strawberry liquor, plus some Pilsner bottles too. Better not pick them up. They seem unhygienic.
A tragedy.
The lieutenant looks in the can, eyes watering from the smell. Examine the kebab wrapper.
You see traces of mayonnaise and ketchup on it, as well as a tomato wedge. The wrapper reads, Shish Kebab Revachol. It's no older than a day or two. No mold yet. It's hard to concentrate in the smell. The sea air brings some relief.
This coin-operated viewer has been out of order for years, but at least it hasn't been vandalized by the fucking Kuno. Oh. What the hell? Moonshine, probably. Smells like tasty fermentation. No. Fuck off, electrochemistry. Wait, did I examine that? Ooh. I'm seeing more fucking things to interact with. Although, let me just check something real quick. And the same thing. Okay. 2 more hours at the precarious world. Right. What are you going to play, Sadrex, by the way? These rusty gears used to turn the whole machine. The chain trails off into the ocean, to who knows where. This barrel has been recently discarded. It still smells of fuel oil. I think Cindy might have had a hand in this. Because mind you, it's stained brownish red. Or reddish brown, I suppose. Just like the kind of a fucking heavy oil she used for her mural. Money and white polo shirt. +1 to rhetoric and -1 to empathy. Is that a joke about the rich kids always trying to talk their way out of the beating? Kuno probably violated that barrel. And that shirt. Yeah, fucking Kuno probably would violate that corpse on the pier. And those poor reeds. No, the poor reeds have probably violated him. Good riddance, fuckwit.
There's a trap in the reeds at your feet. Looks like the same one you saw Morel set before. Same mesh, same wiring.
Look around.
The reeds shake sadly in the coastal breeze, weighed down by rain. They seem to be waiting for something.
Also, he would violate that corpse at maximum fucking velocity.
The wind picks up here, near the Cape's end, surrounding the narrow strip of land from 3 cardinal directions. It's cold for this time of year.
Reach for the trap?
Locusts are crawling around in the trap, confused but uneaten. You see no carnivorous reed phasmid gorging on them.
Big surprise. Anyway, 1 down, 3 to go.
No need to grin. I'm not expecting to find anything. I'm helping some citizens and getting some fresh air.
I meant no offense. Just...
The lieutenant doesn't know how to finish the sentence. He looks at you, putting the trap back on the ground. Yeah, Kim. No need to be an asshole. But then again, I guess the fact that Gary helped with those fucking deserves it. Cigarette butts cleaned away under a rock. Brand Tumutiri, I think? I'm not sure. Did Morel send you on a turn the insects? Yes, and Gary had already referred to Kim as the Yellow Man. I mean, officer. Yeah. And I had a little rant about fascists. Someone's made a campfire here a long time ago. A rusted, broken control box for the radio relay tower. This ladder is too rusty to climb. The sea air has eaten away at it. Oh? A scented scarf. Minus the physical instrument. Jesus Christ. Tiny inlets there. Off in the farthest is where the posts trail toward... Toward what? That's a good question. Well, the other side. Well, you know, all that is worth. But here's a sex. Morel did send me on the insect. Yes, get stick-bucked, idiot, or however that meme went. On a more positive side, to return to the topic of yesterday. Man, I am feeling a deep regret that I didn't look into airbrushing earlier. Cool. Well, there's a singular downside to using an airbrush, and that is the noise. I mean, I don't know if that's gonna be audible, but is it audible? Probably not enough. Like, because it's a compressor with a tank. You have a compressor on top and a tank to store some of the compressed air below it. Basically, the idea is that the compressor is for the airbrush isn't working the entire damn time, but instead it fills the tank, and you can actually have some silence between. But still, you know, when I'm working the goddamn that goddamn airbrush, that tank is almost constantly filling, which is a shame. Also, it's gonna hear anything outside of that plasmid outside of your window. It seems to be in a mating season. Never mind then. But it is annoying to me to have this kind of noise. So was that. Right, I should when I get back to Whirling, I need to get and contact Alice from Station 57. I still have no idea how the fuck did I get 5 points in fascist. Just no. Just no. Right, I did save if I recall correctly. Let's see what... Oh. The building before you housed the engine. Must have been a big one.
An old door, worn by elements, guards the depot. The wind has blown a sand dune in front of it. The door hasn't been opened in a long while. You see a handle.
Yeah, I'm not gonna even fucking try the red check. And it's not just because of the, you know, interfacing thing, but I literally have a thought that while it's being fucking researched, it's gonna make all those red checks just automatically fail. What is this thing anyway?
It's military. A service depot of some sort.
Used to service what?
Probably something that is no longer there.
Wow. Such insight, Kim. The lieutenant looks at the hunching concrete toad in front of him.
It may have been used to serve as an aerostatic battleship in the atmosphere, or a fortification, like a sea fort in the bay.
Well, I'm gonna walk away right now, cause the red checks are one time only, if memory serves me, so I would rather not. Yeah, this is the reason why I was anxious about picking up the precarious world among my thoughts. And if it's gonna fucking turn out that it's got just some fucking negative effects, then I'm gonna be annoyed. I mean, arguably, you could say that Wasteland of Reality might be a net overall negative. But actually, in the case of my character, that +1 to Psyche helps, seems to be helping a lot. Yes, they are one time only, although life finds a way. Oh, police, open the door. Where? Actually, let's check. Oh, alright. I like how there's clearly supposed to be land behind that church, but because there's a church, fuck you, no way to pass. We're not gonna fucking figure out how to render things things covered by other things. Police them kids. Beg your pardon. To your right, a wide-bellied cormorant eyes you suspiciously. First of all, that little fucker is to my left. Second of all, the fuck you looking at, bitch? Said, the fuck you looking at, you little bastard? Wanna see some fucking police brutality in action? Yeah! Fucking recall back, you fucker. I got bored, I got bored with, tormenting seagulls. The bird. The bird. Harry really wants to lose a debate with a bird. That would be hilarious if he could actually debate that bird. He must have taken a lot of patience to do this. Huh. The fuck am I looking at? Painted with pastels. Someone is trying to bring cheer into the world. Someone who thankfully isn't Kuno. Crash from some unending party. A pole screwed into the ice keeps the tent erect. More tribalistic markings. This post is covered in little humanoids. Cheer, confiscate this right now and arrest them for vandalism. Clearly, yes.
A shaggy-looking girl in her late teens or early 20s kneels on the ice with an electronic contraption in her hand. Hearing you approach, she looks up.
Oh, hello there.
It's cold out here, but she's not wearing a hat. She must be freezing. Everyone knows drugs make you invulnerable to cold. You bet this one likes to party.
Dear child, it's freezing. Where's your hat?
Huh?
She looks up, at you distracted.
Maybe she didn't hear you. A little louder.
I said you should have a hat on.
So should you.
I literally... Yeah, I should. And I do. Point at your hat.
Oh, I didn't notice that.
It's nice. You should wear one too if you plan on staying outside in this weather.
Yeah, well... Look, man, fuck the hat.
I don't know why... Yeah, no. Is that kind of language really necessary?
I'm sorry I said fuck the hat. I was concentrating on something else.
Meanwhile, Kim... Yes?
My whole family swears and it rubbed off on me.
There's a pained expression on her face. She'll answer your questions now. What's her name?
Estelle.
Her hair is dyed blonde, with dark roots showing. There's a coarseness to her features, some masculinity below that timidness.
And your surname?
Why?
Why indeed? You know, forget it.
Okay.
What's the device you have there?
This? It's a portable recording device. It's for field recording. Low quality, but still.
And the wires?
Actually, just one wire. I picked on it till the braiding came loose. The wire leads to a contact microphone.
What's a contact microphone?
A contact mic records sounds from inside things, like this ice.
Oh!
Your mangled brain would like you to know there is a boxer called Contact Mike.
Yeah? I didn't use on my wife's name. How about my mother?
No. You're welcome.
Yeah, fuck you too, Encyclopedia. How does that thing work?
The mic? I don't exactly know. Somehow it doesn't pick up vibrations from the air. The book said it only picks up structure-borne sound, if you like technobabble.
Where did you get the mic from?
Same place I got the recorder from, the Palaceum.
What's the Palaceum? I literally know nothing.
Oh man. You haven't been to the Palaceum? It's the coolest place in this whole drug-addled shithole.
Oh.
It's a music club and a synthesizer workshop on Boogie Street in Jamrock. Musicians live there, like real musicians. I once saw Arno van Eyck.
Come on, Harry. She's recording a podcast! Oh no. We should absolutely arrest her on the spot just for that. Sounds interesting. Who's this Arno guy?
Oh yeah. Guess you wouldn't know Van Eyck. Or really be a Palaceum going kind of person.
Hey, I get down.
I don't know what that means.
I grind.
I don't know what that means either.
It means I'm hip beyond my years.
That's cool.
She breathes on her fingers. Looks like she doesn't know what to say. You're right, time has deserted me.
Sucks, man. Was there
It's
something else? About the contact mic, perhaps?
Actually, I had some non-mic questions for you.
Okay.
What are you doing out here in the cold?
Recording, I guess.
And what is it you're recording exactly?
I think I'm recording cracks in the ice. But there's no way to tell. Not without headphones. I think I just recorded your footsteps too. Not sure how that will sound.
Alright.
What happened to the old headphones?
Yeah, what happened to the headphones?
My boyfriend sold them.
What for?
I don't know, man. Things. Just stuff you need for life.
Right, I'm sorry to hear that, actually.
A lie. They were probably pawned off for something suspicious.
Fuck off, drama. Hurts to be this hip. Yeah, literally. Introduce her to dubstep. No. Fucking hell. I do enjoy some electronic music, but dubstep is just fucking obnoxious. I don't get it. And what are these recordings for? The cracks? The footsteps?
The musicians in the Palaceum used them for making music. They looped the stuff, cutting the tapes together. They make music out of cracks in the ice and keys jangling. Crazy sounds like that. It's hard to explain.
You might like, you know, making a tangent to the real world, she might actually enjoy Vengeant. Vengeant is doing this kind of stuff, like, literally sampling a variety of real life fucking sounds and absolutely mangling them into some sick fucking beats. Sick beats, sick synth lines, that sort of thing. Like, the guy literally fucking made a 2-minute banger out of the creaky door. Like the creaking fucking hinges on the door. The song is actually called Open the Door. Yes, there was also another one with creaking as well, but that was the creaking armature on the old British sink. Also a great fucking banger. And of course, Vengeance create machines made out of the, to be fair, recordings of industrial machinery, but still. Great fucking stuff, actually. But yes, just not to a sell.
Anyway, I thought I'd make some too. It's supposed to be, like, a music place anyway.
She rubs her shoulders and looks around.
I don't really know what I'm doing. They use synthesizers too. I don't have a synthesizer.
The sharp drop in endorphins is almost visible, like a warm blanket has fallen off her shoulders. The wave of chill, the quivering jaw, indications of a drug high.
Wait, what?
Take this, your call.
The lieutenant begins to take off his jacket.
No, man, fuck that, I'm cool. I'm sorry I said that. I'm sorry about the fuck.
It's okay.
The lieutenant backs up. He throws you a glance. Here, you need this more than I do.
Thanks.
She puts it on. It's a bit large for her. You said it's supposed to be a music place. What is?
That? The boys think it could be a place, like the Palaceum or something. Stupid. It's really not gonna be a Palaceum, that's for sure.
And who are these boys?
The boys?
Yeah. Andre and the guys, they're inside, in the tent.
Alright.
And why is that?
Why are you freezing out here while the boys are inside?
They got too much stuff crammed in there. No room.
Stuff like what?
Music stuff mostly. Like this tape recorder, but bigger. And there's piles of it.
You mean like those headphones your boyfriend sold?
Yep, they were pretty. I'm sorry we sold those.
Why not just leave some of it outside so we don't have to freeze?
That stuff is more expensive than I am. More expensive than any of us, really. Doesn't matter. I can take the cold.
It's probably amphetamine. It makes you feel impervious to the elements, but doesn't actually make you any less cold.
Same with alcohol. I mean, same as in it's actually a bad idea to fucking drink in the cold weather, because sure, you're not gonna fucking notice that you're cold anymore. You will feel warm, but it's not. It doesn't actually warm you up. Why? Why can you take it?
I got my recordings to do. I feel better outside.
A wave breaks close by and covers her in a cold spray. I had some other... Oh, fucking moment, I thought my phone is ringing. I had some other questions.
Go ahead.
Oh. Yeah. You know what? Actually, that's it for now.
Okay. Bye.
There's our attention back to the recording device. I'm saying that because it's 11 PM and that, as always, means I'm going to need some rest. So yeah, there's that. Ah, good grief, I just realized it's Thursday already. Anyway, I'll be back. We will continue from here on Saturday. That's a nice track, by the way. But yeah, we'll continue from here on Saturday. Thus far, I've been mostly, you know, scouting out this part of Martinez. Thanks for the stream, Schwaber. Good night, everyone, as well. And good night to you as well, and to anyone that visited and stayed around. I know it's been a little low-key today, but you know what? Hey, sometimes you have to. It's how pacing is supposed to work. You need some lows, you need some highs. But yes, have a good night, everyone, and yeah, see you on Saturday, folks. Good night. Cheers.